I am back. It's September 20th, 2023. Another update. So, I have started to run again. Um, Saturday I ran 1.2 miles. Sunday I ran like for 2.5 minutes. Monday I ran 2 miles. Tuesday, yesterday, I ran 2 miles. Um, and I really went as far as I felt like I could safely go. Um, I didn't want to wait until something really hurt before I stopped, so I kind of nipped it in the bud. But I would say that when I finished, my at least one of my hips wasn't feeling super strong, so I felt like it was time. When I did stop, it was time. And yesterday, after my 2 miles, my left hip did feel a little bit sore. I'm getting an MRI on that this afternoon. And yesterday, I got an MRI on my right hip. So I'm going to find out later today what those results are. And hopefully, they look okay. Um, yeah, so I'm officially in taper mode, even though I'm not even running. But the brace is only in 2.5 weeks. So I normally taper for 3 weeks. Some people do it for two. I like tapering for three. So now the focus is just sleeping a lot and ratcheting down my workouts, even if I'm not running. But I do hope to get more running done, even though I'm spending less time um, in the gym. So yesterday I did the 2 miles. I did a little bit of elliptical, a little bit of spin, and then I hit the weights. I did lower body weights, and then I went in the sauna for 20 minutes. So that was my workout, and yeah, I'm just hoping everything comes together just in time. Um, yeah, in a weird way, I feel like maybe this injury was well timed in that by the time the race comes, I'm going to be full of fear and almost hungry, like almost like a greyhound out of the blocks. In that I'll be very happy to run, you know, and so or very motivated, and hopefully I can last 26.2 miles. I don't know, it's a far way to go. Um, but we'll see. I mean, 4 years ago, I hadn't really run for the 2 months before that, like really hardly at all. And I remember the race was on a Sunday, and then on the Wednesday before, I ran 3 miles, and I stopped twice, once after every mile, and obviously after the third mile. So I feel like I'm in better shape now than I was 4 years ago, and I ran a 3:23. And I would be actually really pleased with the 3:23 at this point, given all that I've gone through in the last few years. It's been a very, very, very challenging few years with my pinched nerve in my back in 2021. And then that took a really long time. Even now, I don't feel like comparing the sensations of my legs, it still doesn't feel the same. So that, and then possibly the dinked nerve in my foot after the surgery or during the surgery, and I think it's starting to really come back now. But I've been focusing so much on eating things that are good for my nerves, so like lemons, garlic, um, supplements. Like there's so many, like R alpha lipoic acid and uh, bentofoliamine or something like that. It's a long word. I'll put it in the description. But I'm doing everything I can. I'm pulling out all the stops to try to get like my nerves and everything in order, because I really think that the ankle was what triggered everything else. That caused an imbalance, and it affected my hips and all that stuff. And I think if it weren't for my ankle, that I wouldn't be suffering all these injuries. It's just the imbalance that is creating all this havoc. But my ankle's finally getting better. I mean, I would say it's even, I don't know, like 97% maybe. But it has its days. There are some days where it really doesn't feel great. So, but right now it actually feels pretty good. And I'm really happy that I'm not limping all the time like I used to. anyway, I don't know what's going to happen in a couple weeks, but I really, really, really want to be able to, I really want to give it a shot at the very least. Even if I run a slow time, I want to give it a shot. So I keep having to revise my goals, but I've realized that adjusting is what makes successful people successful. They're really good at adjusting and course correcting, and I'm working on that. I'm trying not to be super attached like I have been to certain goals and everything, and just sort of respecting the, whatever circumstances there are, and making adjustments as needed. So I think I'm getting a little bit better at that. You know, when I work out, I intentionally stop at some random time, so I'm not like attached to getting something right on the dot, like 20 minutes on the dot. I'll go to like 18:42 or something like that, because I just feel like the round numbers are totally arbitrary anyway. So I feel like my biases actually have been hindering me, and those make me kind of imbalanced. So if I am aware of my biases and I'm not so attached to certain outcomes, I feel like that is very helpful for me. So I'm really trying to be as self-aware as possible and not being attached to certain outcomes and just go by the feeling. I'm trying to prioritize proprioception. That's one of my new mantras. So that's what my focus needs to be on, prioritizing proprioception. And being on the trampoline has helped me, I think, focus on that, on the feeling, focusing on the feeling. So that's the update. I'll let you know next time what the MRI results are, but fingers crossed they're good results and I can continue to run. And as it is, I know that sometimes stress fractures, they'll kind of show up like on MRIs. Even when they've healed, they still kind of show up as like having a signal. So I don't want to like catastrophize if something shows up, because sometimes it takes time, or a long time for stress fractures to go away in MRIs. There's just an intensity there that suggests maybe a stress reaction or fracture that's actually been healed. So that's that. I hope you're well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.